What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another video. And I know I say this a lot, but MAGA wins again, y'all. MAGA has won again. A lot of people are gonna say, no, this is a combined victory for Biden and Trump, bro. It's called the Trump effect. Trump gets the election, he gets the win, right? And then when that ends up happening, everything falls in line like a bunch of dominoes, bro. And I hate having to say it like this because people go, oh, you're just dick riding Trump, this and that. Bro, I'm not dick riding Trump. I don't want to say Trump was right again because that meme, while funny, is kind of played out, and it's kind of like, oh, Trump is not perfect. And that's what makes people think that we think Trump is perfect, but he's not, and we know he's not. We don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with his stance on abortion. I'm not sure I agree with this H-1B, is that what it is? The H-1B visa, the specialized visa for high skilled workers or whatever. I'm not sure I agree with it, but it's only like 60 or 80,000 people a year, so could be worse. I mean, you gotta take the good with the bad, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys are bundled up and you're keeping yourselves warm because, bro, down here in Florida, the weather is crazy. It's heat. It's like reaching a low of like 40, 40, 40, 40, and then it's going to go high one day and then go to like 38 the next day, and it's ridiculous, y'all. So hope you're bundled up, nice and warmly. We're going to get into this from the Epic Times. It says Israel-Hamas reached ceasefire deal now awaiting Netanyahu cabinet approval. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'd love to have you be the newest member of the flock. The flock is for life. So come join us, guys. We'd love to have you. The air is for everyone. Now, let's read this. This is crazy. It says Qatar's prime minister laid down the general terms of the 6-week ceasefire, which includes swapping 33 hostages for an unspecified number of prisoners. When it's like that means that the unspecified numbers of prisoners would make you unhappy. It's going to be a lot, It says Israel and Hamas have reached a deal to take effect on January 19th for a hostage and prisoner swap, a 6-week ceasefire, and access to relief aid for the beleaguered Gaza Strip. 6 weeks, bro? How about a permanent one? You know what I'm saying? Like, at this time, obviously, 6 weeks will take what we can get. But we need a permanent solution here, bro. And I don't know if the two-state solution is going to keep them happy. And I don't even know if it's possible. The deal's details were confirmed, and many of them disclosed at a news conference in Doha, Qatar, late on January 15th by Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani. Wow, that's a long name. I thought Hispanic names were long, y'all. The negotiations conducted around the clock in recent days were mediated by Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and the United States, Al Thani said. We worked day and night in order to reach this moment, he said. As part of the agreement, according to Al Thani, Hamas will release 33 Israeli captives, including civilian women, female recruits, children, elderly people, and civilians who are ill and wounded, and return for an unspecified amount of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. Whatever, bro. They shouldn't get anything, but whatever. Israel will withdraw toward the east, away from populated areas, he said. Israel force will then be positioned along the Gaza border, which will allow for the swap of prisoners, as well as the swap of human remains and the return of displaced people to their residences. This will also facilitate the travel of wounded and sick people in order to seek treatment, Al-Thani said. Bro, can you imagine living in Israel, bro? Or any of these countries in the Middle East? We got it good in the United States and in the Western world, bro. Like, for real. We do, man. We do. Even the UK, which I think is going under, and I would not, you couldn't pay me to live there right now, even though I love England and Ireland and Scotland, but you couldn't pay me to live there right now, bro. The first phase will also see an increased flow of relief and humanitarian aid to all parts of the Gaza Strip, as well as the rehabilitation of hospitals, health centers, and bakeries, he said. And bakeries. That's interesting. Gotta have your bread, baby. It will allow the entry of fuel and civil defense equipment, as well as basic necessities for displaced people who lost their houses as a result of the war. Details of the deal's second and third phases will be negotiated during the first phase, Al Thani said. That makes sense. That's normal. Makes sense. Doesn't matter who's president. That's all normal. Cool. U.S. President Joe Biden, U.S. President Joe Biden, speaking at the White House, said the first phase will include the release of American hostages. He called the negotiations one of the toughest negotiations he's ever experienced. How many things have you... He hasn't really done anything, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like, and we reached this point because of the pressure that Israel built on Hamas backed by the United States, Biden said. Biden said his administration and the incoming team of U.S. President-elect Trump were speaking as one team in recent days to make the deal a reality. So another Trump win, baby. Another Trump win. Another Trump win. That's why it's like it gets played out, bro, because saying Trump was right is so tedious at this point. It's like I really am tired of winning. I really am, because at this point I'm being a bad winner for real. Like, and I'm not even trying to troll anybody or anything. I'm being a bad winner, and it just looks like, yeah, we're in a cult because he's right like 80% of the time, 85% of the time. So you gotta just let him go. But the guy knows his shit. He's lived a long life. He's seen a lot of things. He's probably seen more things than I have as a former police officer. Just because he's older than me and he's lived in New York and he's gone across the world everywhere, you know? So, of course, he's seen different things than me. And, of course, he's qualified to be president. He's already done it, you know? So, it's kind of like, duh. The Trump effect, bro, it is so real. Representatives of both the president and president-elect, Biden's National Security Council coordinator for the Mideast and North Africa, Brett McGurk, and Trump's designated Mideast envoy, Steve Witkoff, have been in Doha in recent days. Al-Thani did not respond directly when asked by a reporter whether pressure from the incoming Trump administration helped the parties reach a deal that had stalled for more than 400 days since a brief ceasefire in November 2023 collapsed. He credited both sides, thanking Witkoff and McGurk by name. That's big time, bro. So obviously the Trump administration at least played a part in it. A big part, obviously. He also said the parties have seen a momentum that started to build in the last month. Bro, a momentum that's built in the last month? What's happened in these last recent months? You tell me, guys. Come on. I know I'm probably preaching to the choir, but come on, guys. Like, for real. It says Trump announcing the deal in a Truth Social post about an hour before Biden spoke took credit for the breakthrough. Of course he did. I love it. Of course he did. This epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November. I believe it. Trump posted on Truth Social. As it signaled to the entire world that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. I am thrilled American and Israeli hostages will be returning home to reunite with their families and loved ones. Yeah, bro, me too. That is a gigantic rifle. Look at that, bro. Oof, it just looks massive. Looks intimidating. With this deal in place, my national security team, through the efforts of Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, will continue to work closely with Israel and our allies to make sure Gaza never again becomes a terrorist safe haven. All right, now I got to say it right now. He's going to be wrong on that. There's no... I mean, maybe it's just wishful thinking, which I know he does for a lot of different reasons, because leaders can't just be like, guys, look, this area of the world is just fucked, and it's never going to get any better, so don't worry about it, because it's fucked anyways. Leaders can't be saying stuff like that, you know? I can say stuff like that because I'm just the guy on the microphone trying to tell you the news the way it really is with no spin. Obviously, I got a conservative bent, but I'm honest about that, and I try to not, you know, look at the world through a conservative lens. I try to look at it as an independent voter would, you know? That's why I don't believe that that's going to happen, dude. They just want to be terrorists, man. They want to be terrorists. So they're going to be terrorists. So it's going to be a safe haven, and the only way you can prevent that, I can't even imagine, dude, because an occupation isn't going to work either. And I don't want U.S. soldiers there either. I don't want them there. I don't want our guys and girls, you know, risking their lives. Fuck that, man. The two Americans who will be freed in the first phase of the ceasefire agreement will be Keith Siegel and Segui Dekel Chen, an administration official told reporters. In total, 33 hostages in Gaza will be released by Hamas for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners being held by Israel during the 6-week phase. If negotiations are ongoing after the 6 weeks, the ceasefire will continue. That's cool. But it's just like I said. And then here they're saying 33 hostages in Gaza will be released by Hamas for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. Hundreds? How many hundreds? 200? 300? How many hundreds? There will be a meeting in the Egyptian capital of Cairo on January 17th to discuss how the ceasefire will be implemented, an administration official told reporters in a press call. This includes provisions related to the ceasefire, humanitarian aid to Gaza, and the release of Israel's hostages held by Hamas in Gaza and the prisoners held by Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said earlier in the day that a deal had not been reached. He is set to put the deal before his security cabinet for approval at 11 a.m. local time on January 16th. Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of people have been accusing Benjamin Netanyahu of being a war criminal, and they're saying that he's just keeping this up so that he doesn't get imprisoned. I support Israel, dude. I do. I don't support everything they do. I think that we listen to them too much, but I do support Israel for a lot of different reasons. They seem to be like the only voice of reason in that entire area, for starters. And secondly, we need that position strategically. And third, bro, Israelis, their military. I've said this on the channel a bunch of times, but in the police, when I was in the police academy, we had an Israeli guy come, and bro, I know martial arts, all right? I used to be an instructor for how many years? For like 7 years. I taught American Kempo. And I know it's not really well known, but it's like it's Kempo like the Chinese style, but it was modernized by Ed Parker. And he brought it over for like street fighting type of deals and unfair situations. That's why he modified it so much. But I thought I was like a badass, bro. And I fucking fought this guy, and I could not. Mind you, American Kempo is not about holds. And I don't know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or anything else. I only know grappling a little bit because of how long I did martial arts. You know, I did martial arts religiously for 15 years. Every freaking day, almost, and for sure every week. So, I thought I was a badass, bro. And I fought with the guy, and I couldn't do anything, dude. And the guy was just a badass. He was just a badass. Every little hold that I thought I could get him in, he was like, bro, get that off of me, bro. Get that off of me. Get that off of me. And we fought each other to a standstill, dude. And I was like, bro, I thought I knew martial arts, but these Israelis, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. They sent them over to help us and stuff. But damn, dude, like, how badass do you have to be? But it was fun, man. Police Academy, looking back on it now, was fun. Back when it was happening was not fun for a lot of different reasons. For the fact that they treat you like shit, for one, you know. But it was fun, man. It was fun. So that's the thing. Is Benjamin Netanyahu gonna approve this? Is he gonna be fair with it because of the supposed fear that he's gonna get arrested? Hardline Israeli leaders may not approve. See, here we go. Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir threatened on January 14th to quit Netanyahu's cabinet governing coalition over the deal. Wow. He urged Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich to join him in opposing the deal. Smotrich has expressed opposition to the deal, but hasn't threatened to quit over it. Oh, well, how much do you have to do? Like... blah, blah, blah. And then talks about October 7th, you know, which was a bad time. You know, it shouldn't have happened. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So, you know how it is. You know how it is. It says Gaza's health authorities, who do not distinguish between civilians and terrorists, said last week that more than 46,000 people have been killed in the conflict. Unfortunately, most of that is probably civilians, because this has been a bloody... To call it a war would suggest that this is an actual war and not, you know, fighting back against terrorists. So it kind of legitimizes something that I don't want to legitimize. But it's been a war of attrition between these two parties. And unfortunately, Hamas and terrorists in general like to hide behind civilian bodies. But while saying they care about them. All while saying they care about them. So... anyways, guys, you know what it is. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Is this gonna get killed? We still have some time, you know, to make some predictions. Is this gonna get killed by Netanyahu? You know, is this gonna be speared and then just murdered DOA? You guys, let me know. What do you guys think? Anyways, as always, you guys, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you. Stay safe and stay based.